It's a brand new day in Montana. We're going to meet a gentleman right now with a bunch of Hudsons called the Hornet's Nest. Then we have an appointment to meet a gentleman with a 122 Volvo wagon, dear to my heart. And then a guy with an unusual Oldsmobile. I thought it was a 442, but it's actually an F-85 that he's had for a long, long time. So wish us luck. That is such a pretty car. One of the leads we got was this gentleman named Stu Coleman came over to me, gave me his card, and it said the Hornet's Nest on there, and you got to come out and see me in Livingston. Well, here we are on the last day of our trip, and we're in Livingston. And thank you for inviting us here.
You bet.
So you live in paradise here. I mean,
well,
this is amazing. I mean, snow-capped mountains over here, and Hudson's over here. Like, this is perfect environment.
This is a nice valley.
So I see, a Lincoln, a couple of Studebakers, a Ramblers, a Jeepster, a Buick Riviera. What do you do here?
Orphans. I like the orphans in the late 40s and early 50s. So Packard and Hudson, Studebaker, Nashs, the Jeeps.
Well, show us what you're all about here.
Well, I call myself an amateur restorer. I can do my best at it, but I usually get about a number 3 out of them.
So this is a lifelong passion.
It is. I started as a teenager working at a gas station, and I just never got the oil and gas out of my veins, I guess. This is a 1950 Willis Kaiser Jeepster. Then about 1968, they reconfigured it. And this is a 1970, and they bought the little Buick V6.
Now this is one of the prettiest pickup trucks I've ever seen. Look like a car in the front. It was like an early El Camino type look, I guess. So how about your less nice vehicles? The ones that are...
I have those too.
I know you do. Look at this. Here's a 2-door hardtop Rambler with bucket seats and a console and a floor shifter.
A 1965, and they called it a 448H, which doesn't mean a 440 cubic inch engine. It was a 232, straight 6, had an automatic that I think they bought it from Chrysler, but they called it a Flight-O-Matic. I got a call one time in Wyoming. She said, "I have a car you need." And I said, "Well, I really don't need any more." But she said, "I see you're a Rambler person. Would $100 be too much?" And I said, "No, I will be down to get it."
Wow. It's a solid car?
A solid car, running car.
Gee. Are your cars just, like, occasionally for sale? If somebody's watching this, would like to...
Yeah, I decided that project cars will go first.
Okay.
And I've sold this car, for example. It's going to Spokane. It's a
what is that?
1939 cheap Hudson, which was called a 112, which was their wheelbase.
That's something. These are just here for just decoration.
They are, and this was a 112 Deluxe, and so you got the emblems with it.
Is somebody going to restore that or hot rod it, or what are they going to do?
No, he would like to restore it. And I've done some of the chroming on it.
Oh yeah, nice front bumper. So here's your Studebaker lineup.
This is a 1949, and it also will have to go.
Oh, it's going to go.
So,
still original engine?
It is. It's a flathead 6.
So what would you want for something like this?
Probably $1,600.
$1,600. Does it run?
I had the carburetor rebuilt. I have to put it on and start it on a separate tank. I don't want to start it up with on the gasoline in the tank.
Man, that's a good body.
It is, and I have a few pieces in the back too to go with it.
That's a real fair price. And what an attractive pickup too.
Yeah, they had nice lines, didn't they? 49 to 53 was this style.
If you think about the Fords and Chevys of the period, this is almost a Barris custom look. Here, nice straight Studebaker emblem. This is a straight truck. So these had dual wall.
They did.
So that means if you drop something heavy near like a drive shaft, if you bang it, it won't bang the outside. There's 2 walls to the bed.
They also had a metal floor on the bed, which other makes and models were still using wood with skid plates.
Is a Studebaker truck, when they're restored, a good value compared to other brands?
Yeah, I think so, especially this model because of its lines.
Of the cars that Stu said we wanted to sell, this is the one that's got my attention. $1,600. You could probably get this engine running, or you could pull it out and put a later model drivetrain in. But for very little money invested and some labor, maybe you got a buddy or something that could help you. This could be a driving vehicle, either with the original drivetrain or with a street rod drivetrain for not a lot of money. I mean, you could leave this drivetrain in there and probably have this thing running for $3,000, including the cost of the vehicle, or for less than $10,000, put a late model V8 in. This one solid Montana truck. Okay, so next to it we have a two-door wagon.
In '59, they just made a two-door wagon, so that's somewhat unique.
And did they ever make a two-door wagon after that, or all four?
No, then in '60 they made them four doors. So this is a parts car next to it for this one.
So if you have a two-door, you have a '59. If
Yes.
you have anything other than '59, you don't have a two-door. That's got to be a rare car. Wow. Is this a complete car? Engine?
Yes,
Gearbox?
but not extremely powerful, flathead six-cylinder.
Yep. 3-speed on a column.
So this is a donor car, and it has a V8 standard shift with overdrive. So these components will go in this one.
What year is this?
This is a '60,
Okay.
and they look alike unless you study the grille.
Oh, horizontal and vertical.
You see the little side grills under the parking lights, they're also different.
Yep. Is this a local car? It looks to be very solid.
Yeah, it's Rygate, Montana, which is still dry country.
56?
It's a '56, and
Wow, look at the paint, the body paint color still on the floor.
has a little rust. They put the battery in the passenger compartment, and so the battery acid ate a little bit of that up. If somebody buys this, I've got an engine for it. It's a 1973 460 with a C6 automatic in the shed.
So you got 4 hubcaps on here. This seems to be a very complete car. Broken piece of glass here. Other than that, this is pretty solid. Huh.
And I cannibalized a '57 Lincoln, and a lot of those parts would go with it too. The pieces that are missing, I already have replated. They're both chrome and gold.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The Premier side pieces, the Lincoln side pieces, hood ornament, trunk ornament.
So with a 460, that'd be great.
It'd be a nice cruiser.
It would be. Wow.
And with a C6.
Yep. So what is this going for?
Well, if they just wanted the car, I was going to ask $2,200.
Uh-huh.
If they wanted the 460 and the C6 transmission with it, I'd add another $1,000. And the chroming would go with it.
Another Studebaker truck, but an earlier model?
It's a 1939, and they did the same thing that Hudson did. They took a four-door and cut it off, and they only made the Coupe Express 37, 38, and 39, a little over 1,000 each year. So it's probably the most desirable car on the lot,
Wow.
money-wise. I've got it up for sale.
So look at this.
Very Art Deco.
Yeah, see the fenders already begin in the pickup bed sides and then blend into the fender itself.
And same thing here. Look at this curvature.
Oh yeah. Tell me about the condition of this. 39, it says it's 80 years old.
Have redone the engine and redone the transmission. The transmission is a 4-speed with overdrive on the floor. And the engine is from a '53 Studebaker stake body, and it has all been redone. A lot of the trim has also been chromed on it. The center strip, the hood ornament, all this has been done. The tie down for the spare tire has been done. But again, it's a project, and I'll just never get to it.
Well, your projects seem to be reasonably priced. What would you ask for this one?
I'm at about $14,000 now.
This is a pretty rare one.
It's very rare.
This looks to be a hot rod, just because I look at the steering wheel from here.
It is, and it's a keeper. It's a 1934 Hudson Terraplane.
Oh, with a nail head. All right.
And it's a 425 nail head.
A nail head, for viewers that don't know what we're talking about, if you look at the valve covers on this, they're almost straight up and down. They're almost vertical. So the valves went up and down like this, and the valves resembled nails, so they call it a nail head engine. Buick built these starting in the early 50s, probably until the mid 60s or so, I imagine. And they had various cubic inch versions. This is 425, I think you said?
425.
Yeah. This is where Tommy Ivo used to run in his dragster.
Yes.
Four of
Remember
these
that?
things.
4 engines, one on each wheel.
Oh, yeah. So, and it's got a hydromatic or something in it?
It's got a turbo 400, and both the engine and the transmission have been rebuilt.
So what an unusual body style to have the fenders continue beyond the body like that.
Nice lines.
Yeah, very nice.
It's sitting on a Chevy S10 frame. I had to shorten the frame, but the width is a ½ inch different than the Terraplane.
That's a nice design, boy. Was that, because it's a yellow body, it was either a hot rod or a taxi cab, I guess, right?
I don't know whether that was original colors or not, you know.
I think it looked
colors
like
were pretty reserved back then.
I would say, yeah.
And this one I like to say is complete.
Whoa. Very nice.
You know how
Whoa.
you start on these projects and you get a little bit overwhelmed, and this started as a ranch truck. He must have herded buffalo with it because it was pretty banged up and it was a long wheelbase. So I cut a foot out of the frame and cut a foot out of the box, and it has a Chevy 350 with a 350 turbo.
So is this the length of a short wheelbase?
Yes.
That's a sweet one. So it's all original on the outside with a later model drivetrain.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here we have another Jeep.
We do. This is a flat nose 1948. And I'm in the process of modifying it. The interesting thing in this, open the door and look in. It's got 4 shift rods. And one is the 3-speed, one is the in and out 4-wheel drive. The other one is high and low range. And then the 4th one is a worn overdrive that fits on the back of the transmission. And transmission's all been rebuilt, and it's bolted to a Buick V6.
Tell me why this is called a flat radiator, flat grill, flat front, whatever.
Well, if you noticed, it looks very much like the early Jeeps that came out of World War II. And they were all flat nosed. And if you remember the 1950 Willis Jeepster, it was pointed.
Okay, got it. So this is a 49. That's a pretty old one.
49, 50 were flat nosed, and then 51 were pointed with 5 bars. 52, they only went to 3 bars. That's an easy way to tell them.
Wow.
We think gold plating is all new. 1941 Hudson.
Is that the same piece of metal? Is it? So new paint, new chrome. Man, this car's looking good. And so here we have a Nash. This is one of my favorite body styles.
Oh,
the
the bathtubs?
Oh, I love them. This is a 2-door.
It is.
Oh man, this is such a pretty car. One of the most perfect designs. Think about 1953 cars, what they looked like. Chevys, Fords, Dodges. They were all like up front. There was a big vertical nose on there. And look at the swoop on this thing. I mean, very European.
This is a 1948. And the Hornet came in 1951. It looks like a lead sled, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, 2-tone paint. Bring that camera over here. Look at this. I mean, that didn't happen until probably the 80s or 90s they had rear windshields.
It's one of those cars, you either love them or hate them.
A Valiant. You know, nobody restores these, but everybody remembers them. Well, we've just seen a bunch of amazing orphan cars, cars that are no longer built. Now let's go see a car that's still built today, but we're going to see an early version of it with an interesting family history. And driving down some of these neighborhood roads, I came across an Oldsmobile in a shed. So that looks like a 442. But it's not a 442. I knocked on the door and talked to the guy. So we're going to go back now and meet him. It's an F-85, and I didn't think they made F-85s as new as this car. It's W30 or something, but in fact you can see it. Oh, he took it out of the garage. That's unfortunate. That thing's been in the shed for 10 years. We were filming the other day at a place, Marty's place, which is just around the corner, and I went by and saw this Oldsmobile under the shed here. So I rode by it once, I rode by it twice, and the next day I went over and I knocked on the door and I met Don. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for
bet.
meeting us this
You
afternoon.
bet.
And you started telling me about how this car, how long you had it, and how long it's been sitting here and whatever. So first of all, what kind of car is this?
It's an Oldsmobile F-85,
But it doesn't-
1970.
Okay, 70, but it doesn't say F-85 anywhere, does it?
They're usually F-85. There's on my dash there is.
Oh, is there?
And that's just a full bench seat, full frame doors. They made very few of them.
I remember these rally stripes here, Rally 350.
Yeah, I think that's all black, plastic, whatnot. They're not painted gray. Dual exhaust, cobalt posi, all factory. All the bells and whistles really.
It's a 350?
Yeah, it's a high output 350, Rocket 350. Yep, 4-barrel.
Exhaust.
Ram air, whatnot.
Did you have to paint it or anything? Or
Nope, it's
pretty much
original.
covered?
It's original paint job. Sebring yellow. It's all original numbers matching, all that good stuff. The only thing I done to it, basically, is tinted the windows.
And so how many of these were built? Do you have any idea?
There's 1,257 F-85s and only 187 with a post, in which I have a post.
Are all the F-85s a Rally 350?
Not all F-85s. Nope. There is a cheaper version of it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, not too many have post and full frame doors.
Now I noticed you got a collection of these things across your dashboard.
I bought a couple of cars of mine. You bet.
Are those all
All Hot Wheels. Yeah, all those builds, all Hot Wheels.
So there's your car right there. The
You
yellow.
bet. Yeah, a couple of mine in there.
Look
You bet.
at that.
I mean, they're all actually mine, but
Oh, there's a miniature version of it right there. So what are your intentions for it? The other day I saw it in the garage. Now I see it. You had it outside. You're gonna do what?
yeah, I gotta fix the front end. I got some kind of alignment issue. I bought some new tires the last time I drove it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do the front end, figure that out so I can take it to my house and hopefully someday get a garage and restore it.
So that's a metal frame with a glass.
With a fiberglass.
Yeah, isn't that something, man? I wonder how many miles are on it. It says 61. So
Yeah,
that'd be
so
160?
161, yeah.
161, okay. I haven't seen one of these Rally 350s in 25 years at least.
I haven't seen one here in town at all. So
Yeah.
so far I think I'm the only one here with one.
The Hagerty Valuation Guide, which is available online, in number 4 condition, this car, and exactly this car, the Rally 350 F-85 Cutlass, in number 4 condition, which is fair, is $13,800. That sounds about right, right? If it were in good condition, 21 grand. Excellent is 31 grand. And Concourse is 42,600. Thanks for
You bet. Thanks for
meeting
coming
us
out.
here today. This
Not
is
a
a
problem.
great car, and it's the only one we've found in this series like this.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. Makes me feel pretty good.
So just like that, you leave a interesting Oldsmobile Cutlass, and you drive up the street to an interesting Volvo 122 station wagon. 2 years ago, I passed this house and saw 2 Volvo 122s right back here. I said, I got to remember that because someday I'm going to come back here with a film crew and want to get this on tape. So I came here the other day and talked to Dino Seppi. Dino's not here right now. He's on his way. Be here in a half hour. But we have Rosie Seppi, and she's got a story about this car too. So Rosie, thanks for letting us in your yard early.
Thank you.
Before hubby gets here. Now you have stories about this car. You went on your honeymoon in this car?
We got married in this car.
Uh-huh.
We were married in Big Sky.
Uh-huh.
So this is what we got to roam around in.
So the cans hanging off the back bumper, driving away
Yep.
from the...
It was awesome. And then we used to go through Jackson Hole and West Yellowstone, and we'd go hiking and camping and take the Volvo and wake up to bison, and yeah, it was.
Never let you down?
No, never. Wow. Yeah, so I begged for this car. He said I could have it, so I'm like waiting. Someday I'll get it fixed a little bit.
So this is going to be a restoration candidate?
I want to, but my husband said not yet. It's too rusty, but I really want it.
No, it'll get better as time goes on.
Yeah, yeah. So now it's lawn ornament and lots of good memories.
So it's not often that we get to have a husband and a wife. It's going to be like the dating game. We're going to compare your answers. What year? This is a 66. What year did you buy it?
In 89, so I've had it 30 years.
Wow.
Bought it from the original owner, yep.
And where? Was it
In the high, he just had it parked at the high school parking lot.
Right here in town?
Yeah, right in Bozeman High. Yeah.
What'd you pay for it?
Actually, my friend found it, and he wanted to buy it, so I lent him $600, and he only could pay me $100, so I got it for $500. I knew he probably wouldn't pay me, so yeah. I mean, he's like, I said, I'll keep it.
And it was your daily driver, like?
A lot. I had a 72 VW, so pancake engine, and that was my main thing. But one summer, in fact, I don't know if Rosie told me we were dating. She lived in Worland, Wyoming, and we met at a lake in Yellowstone Park. I show up driving in this, and she's like, "Is this gonna make it?" And I'm like, "It's gonna make it. Goes everywhere." And that was it. So yeah. So I've had that on and off as my daily driver. So I would have ever cars and drive it for the summer, and yeah.
So, I mean, this has been parked here, Rosie thinks, for 18 years?
I probably had it running 6-8 years ago, and then I think we took the carbs out and put it in those P1800 because I think I had a Weber in that, and he wanted the original dual SUs. Yeah, and he wanted the original carbs, so we swapped them out, and so we've been doing parts and stuff on it, and yeah.
So might you restore this?
Maybe. I got quarter panels for it. And stuff in the shed. Yeah, I've had a bunch of them that were parts cars and stuff, and so I got some good quarter panels. I got a full-on rebuilt engine in that shed right there, a B20. That's all ready to go.
Wow.
I could drop in here.
Can you pop the hood?
Yep.
Well, the carbs are on it.
Yep. Yeah, I think I told you I bought a 68 144. And I drove it down to Panama, the country of Panama, and back. And I had to leave it at a junkyard in Albuquerque when the felt main seal went out.
On the way back?
On the way back. I made it all the way back to Albuquerque. And when I dropped it off at the junkyard, the guy gave me bus money, and but he let me keep the carbs. So those might even be the carbs I put back on here from my 144.
Oh, man. So that's a B18.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Did these, I mean, somebody told me you could get air conditioning in these. That's probably a dealer option. Huh?
Yeah, my P1800 had air conditioning on that. 65 had one of those Cool Kings or whatever they were called, and I actually still have that in the shed. We pulled it out. The guy didn't want it.
So yeah, you need fenders.
Off-road, yep. Yeah, that was my original repair job. It's still there, but yeah.
I see that. These little brackets here?
Yeah, I just made those. It was on a dirt road up by Flathead Lake, the guy said. He lived there after Continental Motors. I think it was bought in Great Falls.
Oh, that's where this car came
from?
from?
Yeah, it was a Montana, yeah. So it was a Volvo dealer back then.
So if you were to restore this, I mean, you just put it on jack stands, gut it to the max, and...
Right, put it all back together, yeah. Drop the engine in, and it wouldn't take much.
You got a big anniversary coming up or something? I think this might be a nice gift.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Wow.
So...
What are these things worth?
I don't know. A guy came through, this was years ago, but got one up in Canada. It was absolutely mint, totally mint. Mid-60s, same thing, 122 wagon. And he got it for like $4,500. I mean, it was crazy. It was absolutely beautiful. We talked for hours or whatever. But,
They're at least in the teens now.
Yeah.
Like 15,000-ish kind of.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, you can get all the parts for them.
Yep.
There's guys in North Carolina or something like that reproduce a lot, at least for the P1800s and, any of the engine stuff.
So did you camp out in the back of this?
Oh yeah, all the time.
It's a parts shed as well, right?
Yeah, my P1800 fix, the P1800s have the gas lid on the fin thing, and that was a barn find for me, and but it was so rusted, or the tank was just like just holes all over it, so that was from a sedan, a 122 sedan, and I put that in the back of my P1800. But the guy I sold it to didn't like that. You had to pop the trunk to gas it up.
So this has been painted from here down?
Yeah, exactly.
And was that before you got it?
Yeah, I bought it just like this. And one cool thing is there's a history of Volvos. And on the back page, it has a rack with wood slats in it, and I have that.
You have it.
I have it. Came with this wagon. It's in my shed because if it ever went, I keep that.
And it mounts on
Bolts right to the rain gutters. Yeah, and it's so cool. My buddy's like, oh, someone made that aftermarket. And I'm like, look at that. It's on the history of Volvo.
Isn't that something, man? All right, well, Dino, thanks for coming home from work
Yeah.
early, man.
Thanks for looking.
We landed in Montana on Monday afternoon, and here it is Thursday. We found an amazing bunch of cars, and we found out that cars don't really rust bad in Montana. Oh my God, the cars we found that are 60 years old and still have no rust on them is pretty amazing. If you think of the car hobby as being this big ball in the middle, and most of that ball would be consumed with people that enjoy Chevys and Fords and Mopars and common cars like that. But there are these subcategories shooting off from there, people that specialize in cars that are less common, but just as wonderful. Yesterday we met Matt with the Power Wagons, and today we meet Stu with his orphan car collection of Hudsons, Studebakers, and Ramblers. Those are his specialty. And we're learning more about cars that are ignored. Just an amazing little subset of the automotive culture that I hope to meet more of these guys like Stu and Matt, because every time I meet these guys, I learn a little bit more. I hope you meet guys like Stu and Matt on your travels. Happy hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, we arrived in Montana on Monday. A little bit cool. By Tuesday, short sleeve shirts, sunblock. We're getting sunburned. Yesterday, a perfect day, probably 65 degrees. Here we are on June 20th, one day before the summer solstice, one day before the longest sunlight of the year. June 20th, 2019, and we're in a winter storm warning, 1 to 6 inches expected of snow. Who would have thunk it? But we're out there for you looking for old cars.